If you find yourself alone, feeling lonely, scrolling on social media, seeing all these people appearing to be happy in their relationships and in their big friend and family groups and, laughing, smiling, having a good time, just remember, try not to compare yourself. They're not you and you're not them. A lot of people, they literally can't be alone. And also, a lot of people that haven't been through like severe trauma, they still have a bubble of illusion around their eyes and their brain that hasn't been bursted yet with like a traumatic event, so all of their illusions are still intact. They still believe that the world is good and people are safe and everybody will love them, and as long as they're good people, they'll get good people to behave nicely towards nicely towards them in return, as long as they be nice and they believe that, love is good, and it could be toxic at times, but overall, it's a good thing, and they believe that family is unconditionally loyal and loving, and they just haven't been through trauma like you might have been through to shape the way you see the world. All of what they believe is not what you experience to be true, in reality. Like a lot of people in relationships and family units, they are acting and pretending, and it's always a hierarchy in a group. So it's always the one who controls the narrative, and each person has a role. And if you find yourself misunderstood and feeling lonely and stuff, that means you might be either like the scapegoat or the black sheep. And like when you're the scapegoat and the black sheep, you tend to not fit in because you're not pretending. You stay true to yourself. You see past the BS. You have you have, what's the word? Oh my God, I forgot the word. And it's crazy. I forgot the word. Oh my God. But you value yourself, You value yourself, you love yourself, and you refuse to sell your soul, and a lot of people in relationships and like family units, toxic ones. There's a lot of toxic family units and relationships out here. Somebody is selling their soul, somebody is not really happy, they just want to appear to be happy, and all they learned is to endure so they won't be left, and because they're afraid to be lonely, they can't be in your shoes. They wouldn't be able to survive if they were in your shoes. So they are okay with becoming emotional and sometimes physical punching bags in order to not be alone, and you refuse to sell your soul, so I know that it might feel lonely and all of that, but at least you still have your soul. You do not want to be unhappy and have health problems and be stressed out and be losing your hair and just selling yourself short, always exhausted and tired and mad and sad and all of that just to keep somebody around. So a lot of people that you see, when you scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, and when you're visiting your family, if you even do that, and just out in society and in public, and it might appear to be healthy, and you wish you had something like that. A lot of people are not really happy. They're just act, acting and pretending, but the good thing is, you can meet people, and you can start from scratch, and you can get to a point where you meet um healthy people for you, and have like good bonds with people. But you know you got to create that, and just know that that's not the case for a lot of people that you see and that you're comparing yourself to. So but the good thing is that you're staying true to yourself, and I feel like it's better to be lonely and just scrolling and looking from a distance than actually being in danger and being in situations where you wish you weren't in, and all of that. Because why would you want to be a part of something that is toxic? Like, I know nobody's perfect, but like, a lot of stuff that people be going through behind closed doors is like really, really, really toxic. Like, really toxic, to the point where it's like, that couldn't be me. So, yeah, I feel like it's better for you to just witness it from a distance than, actually selling your soul. Because that's all people are doing. They're just selling their soul.